The Crown Heights section of Brooklyn is undergoing a metamorphosis. A neighborhood known for a nasty 1991 race riot and drug-related crime now has many young people moving in, and new businesses are sprouting up on Franklin Avenue. That's the main commercial strip in the community. Patrick Wall writes about the changes underway in the current issue of City Limits, and he joins me now to discuss his story. Hi, Patrick.
Hi.
What are the visible signs of change in Crown Heights?
Well, from what I've been told by residents who were around kind of at the low point of the neighborhood in the 80s and 90s and are there still, the signs are everywhere. If you walk down Franklin Avenue, there's trees along the street, planters, awnings on the businesses, and those are all big improvements from the way it was before. But I think the biggest sign that you'll see of change is just the lack of empty storefronts. There used to be a lot of abandoned space, and now there are a lot of new small businesses that have popped up.
You mentioned a store called About Time. How is that business indicative of the changes?
Well, the owner, Kevin Phillips, grew up in the neighborhood, and he's owned property on Franklin Avenue for about 10 years and opened About Time in 2008. And I think he's indicative of the mindset of a lot of small business owners, some of them who come from the area, where they welcome the changes, and a lot of the new residents who have tended to be young and many of them young professionals or artists, and he sees that as a good sign. It's new residents also are new customers for businesses.
As the demographics of the community changes, who's moving in and who's moving out?
African Americans and people of West Indian descent are still in the majority, but over the last decade they've gone from about 84% of the population down to 74%. Meanwhile, whites have doubled in the area, and around Franklin Avenue in particular, the number of whites has quadrupled over the last decade.
Is there any resentment among some of the old-timers that their community is undergoing this gentrification?
There certainly is among some. They see a lot of they have a feeling that the area is being taken over in a sense, and that a lot of the new businesses are catering to the new population. But other residents welcome the newcomers, and they see the changes that have brought them there. The crime rate's gone down, there are new businesses open, as positive improvements.
Is Crown Heights being gentrified, or is it being racially integrated? There's quite a difference.
Yeah, I mean, I think it depends on whom you ask. There certainly is some of the classic gentrification going on where new residents move in, prices go up, and old residents are forced out. But there is some signs that there is new integration, that groups like the Crow Hill Community Association are pretty integrated, and that means not just racially, but also new residents and old residents are working together. So I think it really is all happening there.
Patrick Wall. Patrick reports on the changes happening in Crown Heights, Brooklyn, and you can read all about it in City Limits magazine. Thanks, Patrick.
Thank you.